The returning UTPA women's soccer players not only training hard as a team this spring, but integrating some newcomers. Last year, UTPA baseball had an unstoppable Australian duo. We show you how UTPA men's tennis is trying to replicate that success this year. And do you know the name Trey Taylor? Well, you should. We'll show you why. This is Bronc Country. Hey everyone, and welcome to Bronc Country. I'm Jonah Goldberg. Unlike winter and spring sports, which have plenty of time to prepare when school begins, fall sports, such as soccer, have their main training period in the spring. Then they take the summer off before a 3-week sprint to the start of the season. With that in mind, the UTPA women's soccer team has been hard at work this spring. Jennifer Galvan has the story.
The Broncs have been working out and training all spring semester for various amounts of time as allowed by the NCAA rules, and have had a chance to see how they've grown.
Overall, we're pretty happy with where everybody's at, and for us this year, spring is crucial because it's our first year, so we're setting some different standards and expectations.
We're doing lots of individual things, lots of technique, just making sure that each of us improves our skills individually. That way when we come together in the fall as a team, we can all contribute to the team.
These exhibition matches are not about wins or losses, but simply about getting better.
The results don't really matter. It's nice to win, we were able to win, but at the same token is that's not our main focus. Our main focus is individual development and performance.
The Broncs are training as much as possible before they hit summer break, knowing that they will have less than 3 weeks to prepare for the season once they return in August. For Bronc Country, I am Jennifer Galvan.
One of the student athletes training with the Broncs this spring is Malia Irvine. If you don't recognize the name, don't feel bad. Irvine just joined the team in January. No, she's not a transfer. She's a true freshman. And that's where the story begins. Larissa Castillo has more.
After taking a semester off and practicing with an all-boys soccer team, Malia Irvine is mentally and physically prepared to play with the UTPA women's soccer team this season.
There was no women's league of my age when where I lived, so I had to play with the boys. They were a lot more physical and competitive, a lot more immature, but I think it helped me a lot with being mentally tougher. I couldn't play games, so basically I went a semester without playing any games, which was kind of hard.
Now that Malia has transitioned to UTPA, she has made her presence known on the field.
Well, from the very first day she was here in the spring season, it was a noticeable difference in the level that she brought to our team. We just played our spring game against Corpus Christi, and she was up and down the park the entire game, really causing problems for their players on the outside. It was an immediate impact, so that was good. So we know she's got all the tools to work with, and we just got to fine-tune them a little bit and have her ready for the fall.
At first, I was a little bit lost in my positioning because, I haven't played a game for a while, but in the second half, I think I really stepped it up and played my position better.
Bonding with her teammates came easy despite arriving a semester late.
It's always interesting having a new player come into the team, but literally from minute one, she came in and fit in right away. She's always fun to be around. She's always cracking jokes and stuff. And it's also good to have a new player come in and then play so well. So it makes it a lot easier for her to integrate with the group, and she's a great girl.
I came in here really nervous. The first day I got here, I remember they came into my room right away. I felt right at home because they were so welcoming. I love them all, they're great. And I feel like I've known them forever.
For Bronc Country, this is Larissa Castillo.
UTPA men's tennis on a roll lately, and in no small part due to their Australian duo. Coming up on Bronc Country, we meet Queensland's Koby Jansen and Tasmania's Elliot Johnstone.
We will work our minds, raise our hands, and search for the answers. We will study the stars, learn to speak each other's languages, and hear each other's songs. We will make each tomorrow brighter, more prosperous, and completely new. We cannot predict the future, but we can and will build it. We will come together. The University of Texas, Rio Grande Valley. New opportunities for the 21st century.
The distance from Edinburg, Texas to Queensland, Australia is nearly 8,600 miles. The distance from Queensland to Tasmania is another 1,400 miles. Yet somehow, two very talented freshman tennis players from way down under have found their way to UTPA together. Romeo Villarreal has the story.
This year, the UTPA men's tennis team only has 2 players that hail from the same country, and it's not from the United States. Freshmen Koby Jansen and Elliot Johnstone both come from the country of Australia.
First of all, we got to clear up the names. Their mothers gave them those names, Koby and Elliot, but the team, they're known as Mamba, Rusty, Sunshine, Cowboy. So the more nicknames you get, the better it is. That gives you a good sign of where they are with this team and where they are with me.
Now that we know their long list of nicknames, let's get to know a little about these players and why they chose to play tennis at UTPA.
Elliot is really chill, opposite of me, right? I'm a little wired, right? And so Elliot's just really chill. And so my biggest concern is he's tall too, right? And so my thing is body language with him because he's just so chill. I want to make sure that he's 6'2" and he's bigger than 6'2" on the court. But yeah, he's a great teammate. I mean, he is. And he's, like I said, he's competitive and that feeds off everybody else. He's a tennis junkie, sports junkie. So I mean, that's what he's all about. It's fun.
I knew a few guys from my state in Australia. They knew the coach here, Brandon, and me and coach contacted. We connected really well. Skyped a few times, and yeah, so he pretty much got me here. The way he like talked to me, he really the process that he talked about, what he wanted in a player, what he wanted in a person, how he was going to develop me, and yeah, so I talked to a few coaches, but Brandon was the one.
Koby, he's smaller, he's shorter than Elliot, but he acts like he's 6'2", right? He's got a big dog mentality. He's super competitive, high energy, motor's running all the time. One of the spirit leaders on our team.
I decided I wanted to come to college in America when I was 15, and then I got in contact with a guy named Chris Bates who helped me through the whole process of meeting with Brandon, and then we started talking, and then asked if I could come on a visit over here to see it, and he said yes, and showed me around the campus for 2 days, and then made me an offer, and I accepted. The faith that I had in Coach Stokes right away from the first time we met was paramount, and I guess we just had a connection, and he showed a lot of faith in me, and I wanted to get here as soon as possible.
Another reason both players wanted to come play for Coach Stokes was his vision for getting the program back where it was in the glory days of men's tennis in the early 60s, when UTPA won multiple NAIA titles and placed 6th in the NCAA tournament their first year as a Division I program.
That's the vision that I have. I talked to them about it, talked to their parents about it, and I recruit it that way to this day. I want people here who have that vision and who are willing to live the mission. Because when you have a vision like that, and it's grand, and I get it, we got to back it up.
Reporting from the Orville Cox Tennis Center for Bronc Country, this is Romeo Villarreal.
Koby Jansen, Elliot Johnstone, and the rest of the Bronx back on the court for a pair of home matches late last week, starting with Laredo Community College, the number 8 ranked team among junior colleges. Pick it up at doubles, court 3, where Johnstone and Nicolas Cerveline combine on a 6-3 win. Now to number 2, where Ethan Ammon and Hector Ramirez follow suit to clinch the point with a 6-4 win. The Bronx swept at doubles. On to singles. How about a little more Ammon? Makes quick work of Cody Arnold 6-1, 6-2. And then, moments later, Jansen finishes off a dominating 6-1, 6-love victory at number 3. The Bronx need just one more court to clinch the match, and Juan Cruz Soria delivers 6-2, 6-love. Just for good measure, the Bronx win on all of the other courts as well. with Hector Ramirez finishing up the sweep with a 6-2, 6-4 win at number 2. Bronx roll, 7-love.
Well, I was doing basic, playing fundamentals, pulling the ball on the court, going with big aggressive target. I think that was the main thing that make me win this match.
We were excited to come in and play. We're always looking to compete and fight our hardest. So I was ready to go, and I got on top today, and we gotta keep working to make sure that keeps happening.
Yeah, the match was tough at the beginning, but then I could find that playing everything to his backhand, the guy was weaker, so I started to play everything to his backhand, and I think that was what made me win the match.
First, I just want to say how much respect I have for Coach Jaime. He's become a friend of mine since I've moved to Texas a year and a half ago. One of the leaders on our team, one of our top players, comes from his school. So, I just, a lot of respect for Coach Jaime and the team that he has and the program he's built there. My vision is to build a program as successful as his at the junior college level. So, with that said, that means it was an impressive win, and I say that humbly because it's what we've been working for, and these boys put so much into it. They give so much.
Next day, Bronx closing out the home slate against UTSA. Down 1-love in the match when we reach singles, but the Bronx get off to a strong start after that as Elliot Johnstone picks up a 6-4, 6-3 win to tie the match. Then, at number 5, it's Ethan Hammond. 6-4, 6-3 win. Bronx up 2-1, but the Bronx drop a trio of 3-set matches on the top 3 courts, including 3 out of 5 set tiebreakers to fall 2-5.
Yeah, I've been working on a fair lot of stuff over the last week, 2 weeks, and I just tried to implement that today, and it worked. So I fought hard, gave energy, felt the team the whole match. So yeah, it was good.
It was a great win today for me out there. I played well, and I did what I had to do. I executed well, but it was a tough loss for the team. It was tough to swallow. So it's going to motivate us to work hard to be prepared for the next time. Maybe get some revenge.
Inconsistent competitiveness in doubles. So we got to be more consistent with it. We do that, and really it's just about controlling the mental preparation between points, really the emotional energy a little bit better. We got to fine tune that, and we're able to do it. It's April 3rd, and I expect us to be doing it by now consistently. And we just had a couple valleys, critical moments, and against a good team like this, it cost us.
As for UTPA women's tennis, the Bronx traveled to Grand Canyon for the second WAC cluster, dropping the opening match to New Mexico State 2-5. Mariana Ronzauer and Natasha Mink with the points for the Bronx at number 5 and number 6 singles. The Bronx rebounded for a 4-3 win over Chicago State on Saturday. Katya Stavrolaki and Dominika Sparza made quick work of their opponents on the top 2 singles courts. Crystal Amsalam won a first-set tiebreaker before taking control in the second set, while Mariana Ronzauer came from behind for a 3-set victory to clinch the match. Final day of the regular season for the Bronx was Sunday, and they closed it out with a 5-2 win over Kansas City. The Bronx swept through doubles, and then Katya Stavrolaki, Regan Greenwood, and Natasha Mink dominated on their courts. Mariana Ronzauer also with a 2-set victory to complete the scoring. All 5 WAC matches are officially in the books, so here's a look at the final WAC standings. Grand Canyon, the regular season champion, but they're not postseason eligible. So New Mexico State earns the number 1 seed in the WAC tournament, while UTPA gets the number 2 seed and a semifinals matchup with 3rd-seeded Kansas City. The WAC tournament runs April 24th through the 26th in Kansas City. Over the last few years, the Bronx have built up a strong core of throwers on the track and field team. Among the leaders of that charge, senior Trey Taylor. Next on Bronc Country, we meet Trey, and then we'll have highlights from the week in UTPA baseball. If you look at the numbers on paper, you'll see Trey Taylor is having a great senior season for the UTPA track and field team. The 2-time junior college All-American has etched his name in the program record book several times, but it's more than just numbers for Taylor. Vanessa Mares has the story.
UTPA senior Trey Taylor may know a thing or two about track. But Trey's path to becoming a star in the track and field throwing events had an unexpected beginning.
Our coach got this thing called Brown Street that we used to run, and it was like 3 miles away. I ran that, I came home, I said, I'm not doing track anymore. So I got into football. Well, football, you have to do an off-season sport, so track was it. I said, I don't want to run. I don't want to do no more running. It's like be a thrower. So I started throwing, and ever since then, everything just been clicking for me.
While Trey has shattered personal and school records in most of his throwing events, his personal favorite is one that he has a different approach to.
I love javelin, but we just have a love-hate relationship. It's like one season I love it because I'm throwing good. The next season I hate it because I always have this body pain, just pain on my shoulder, pain on my elbow. But I say javelin my favorite event.
But just because Taylor is a thrower, well, that doesn't mean his running days are behind him.
That's my favorite relay. You put me on a big man 4x4 or anything else like that, man, I don't know if I'll get past the 200 mark, to be honest with you. But a big man 4-1, yeah, I like it.
Stop. The throwing circle is certainly a long way from the football field, but Taylor has found his home. For Bronc Country, I'm Vanessa Mattis.
Trey Taylor on the Broncs in action at Rice over the weekend. Taylor finished 7th in the discus and 11th in the hammer throw, but the story was Jennifer Zapata. The freshman finished 2nd in the 3,000-meter steeplechase with a program record time of 11:02.98. And folks, she broke the program record by a good 4.5 seconds. In all, the Broncs posted 12 top 5 finishes. Complete results can be found at UTPABroncs.com.
I'm very well pleased with how we competed last weekend. You know, we're coming off of the Texas Relays Bobcat Invite, which is a pretty high-pressure meet, and we did very well there. So we wanted to continue that kind of enthusiasm in Houston. I think we certainly did so. We had some great marks again across the board. Had some standout performances, such as Jennifer Zapata's steeplechase. So we're excited again about where we are right now.
UTPA baseball closing out a 4-game homestand against Incarnate Word. Down 3-0 in the 4th when Victor Garcia Jr. hits this sacrifice fly. Broncs within 2. And the bullpen really gave the Broncs a chance to come back. 5th inning, Johnny Gonzalez gets Mark Whitehead swinging. 6th inning, fly ball to center, caught by Cole Onkar. 2 1/3 perfect for Gonzalez. Next up, Justin Quinones is throwing his bullpen in real game conditions, and he looked filthy. 2 strikeouts in a hitless inning. Then it was Matt Rigby's turn, pitches a hitless 8th, before Andrew Padron pitches a hitless 9th. So bottom of the 9th, Broncs looking to rally. 1 out for Lonkar, and look at the hustle. Infield single. Good thing, because now there are 2 outs when Corey Davis singles. And then it's the most dangerous hitter on the planet, Logan Landon, off the top of the left center field wall. Brings in 2. Landon gets a triple. Tie game. Now a chance to win it. Garcia with a liner. And all you can do is shake your head. Great catch by Whitehead. Cardinals get 4 in the 11th to beat the Broncs 7-3.
I'd been struggling early on in the game. Hadn't been seeing the ball very well. I'd been lunging a little bit and getting back to what I had done early on in the season. So over the course of the game, I'd been talking to Coach Mantrana and Coach Lopez, and they were telling me not to let it get frustrated. And they said, you know, good hitters flush the at-bats and they move on. So I really tried to do that last at-bat, just flush it and move on. I knew it was a big situation in the game, and I was just looking for a good pitch to hit, and the guy left a fastball up over the plate, and I was able to put a good swing on it. But you know, it would have been a lot better if we'd come out with the win, and it's kind of tough that we're struggling a little bit right now, but I've seen some good things out of the team.
We gave up 2 big innings, Jonah, and we strive to go into the games without giving up 1 big inning. So once you give up 2 big innings, it's tough. But I thought in the 9th inning we did a nice job of coming back. But again, when you're struggling, you know, Victor gets that line drive. The wind is blowing in the direction that brought the ball back to the center fielder. He dives, he makes the play. Then a ground ball with the infield in on their part misses Victor's glove by about 1 inch and goes through for 2 runs. You know, when you're struggling like we are right now, those breaks just seem to go always the other way.
The Broncs then hit the road for a 3-game WAC series at Grand Canyon, dropping game 1 8-7. Down 4-0 in the 5th, the Broncs put a 7th spot on the board, but the Lopes tied the game in the bottom of the inning before pushing across the deciding run in the 8th. Game 2 saw the Broncs fall 9-3. Some important notes, though. Alex Henson made the start for the Broncs, getting in an inning of work in his first appearance of the season. And from a senior returning to a freshman making his collegiate debut, how about Zach Martinez? 3 shutout innings of relief, striking out 1.
Alex had his first inning this past weekend. He was a little rusty, expected, but he put up a 0. Obviously, his breaking ball is not as sharp, but every time he goes out, he's going to get better and better. So yeah, it was good to get Alex back and also be able to throw George Lamb out there for an inning.
The Broncs dropped the final game 15-7, but just like the previous day, George Lamb made his return from injury, pitching a perfect inning. Jesus Garcia led the way on offense, going 3 for 4 with a walk, a double, an RBI, and 2 runs scored.
Lamb is going to be an outstanding pitcher for us. He's definitely going to be a white guy. He's just coming back. High school, he had Tommy John surgery. This was his first inning, but with him it's a little bit different than Alex. With him, since he had surgery, we're just going to give him 15 pitches and add 15 pitches every outing.
Want to help prepare our student athletes for excellence in life? Then join the Bronc Athletic Fund today. You can become a member of the BAF for just $50 a year. All of the proceeds go directly to student-athlete scholarships, so visit BroncAthleticFund.com today to see how you can make a meaningful impact on the lives of student-athletes. One way you can donate to the Bronc Athletic Fund is by participating in our 9th annual Bay Fishing Tournament, better known as BAIT, on South Padre Island on April 11th. You could be one of 3 teams to win over $5,000 in cash prizes, including a $2,500 grand prize. You could also win a boat valued at more than $30,000 in the raffle. Visit UTPABronx.com/bait for more information.
We will work our minds, raise our hands, and search for the answers. We will study the stars, learn to speak each other's languages, and hear each other's songs. We will make each tomorrow brighter, more prosperous, and completely new. We cannot predict the future, but we can and will build it. We will come together. The University of Texas, Rio Grande Valley. New opportunities for the 21st century.
UTPA women's soccer and volleyball are the only teams at home, as women's soccer hosts St. Mary's for a friendly, and volleyball faces UT Brownsville in an exhibition on Saturday at 1. Baseball, fresh off a home doubleheader against Texas A&M Corpus Christi, is headed back on the road, this time to Bakersfield for 3 before a midweek tilt with Incarnate Word. Men's tennis is off to Chicago for the second WAC cluster before visiting 55th ranked Texas A&M Corpus Christi. Track and field also visiting Corpus Christi, while men's golf is headed to Oral Roberts. We want to thank you for stamping your passport in Bronc Country this week. Schedule another visit for next week. But until then,
Go Broncs!
work our minds, raise our hands, and search for the answers. We will study the stars, learn to speak each other's languages, and hear each other's songs. We will make each tomorrow brighter, more prosperous, and completely new. We cannot predict the future, but we can and will build it. We will come together. The University of Texas, Rio Grande Valley. New opportunities for the 21st century.